Hello everyone, in this video we're going to be showing you how to install a fax modem board on your Toshiba, whether it's an eStudio 3505AC, 3008A, and so forth. Pretty much if it looks like this machine that's in front of me, and this video is going to apply to any of the other models that you might have. So the fax board will look like this. If you buy a new board, these cables will come disconnected. We have it connected right now, so if you want to see how it looks, the thick gray cable will be connected there. The ribbon cable will be connected in that section, and then you have another connector there as well. And this is for the speaker, so this speaker will be connected to this, just so you know. So let's get started. What we have to do is we have to install it from the back of the machine. So let's get to the back of the machine, and I'll start the video and show you how to install it. Okay, so all you're going to need is a Phillips screwdriver. We're using a powered screwdriver. You don't need to use a power one. We're just doing this to speed this up. But a regular number 2 Phillips screwdriver is all you need. So first off, we're going to remove this plastic cover here and disconnect the cable coming out of the finisher if you have one, and the document feeder, which most likely you have a document feeder. Now we're going to remove the back cover. There's several screws. We have to remove those screws. If you have a large capacity cassette on the bottom, which is an extra cassette, you would have to remove those screws, the cable that comes from the LCT. If you have just a cabinet, you're not going to need to do that. So once you do that, you remove that cover. You go ahead and set it aside. Now there's another metal cover here that you will need to remove. So we'll go ahead and show you how to do it. There's one screw there in the middle. And you just push that to the left, to the right I should say, and just pop it out, just like that. So this is where your fax is going to go. So what we need to do is come over to this side, and we're going to pop those little plastics out just with your finger. If they're already popped, that's fine, but if it doesn't, just pop them out. They're just little plastic decorative covers you need to pop out. Now let me go ahead and grab the fax board here. So here's the fax board. We're just going to slide it in there just like that and line them up to those holes that you see there. So let me go ahead and get the screws. Okay, so the screws that the fax board comes with are these thick, bulky screws that you can pretty much tighten by hand. If for whatever reason your fax board does not have these screws, you could just use regular screws, just like the ones you took out from the back of the cover. It's just basically to hold the fax board in place. So don't stress out if you don't have those big bulky hand ones that come from the manufacturer. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to put it right there. There's only 3 holes on the fax. We're going to use a screw, but you could do it by hand if you like. So the second one's on the bottom there, as you can see. And then there's one more right there. Actually, there's 4. I said 3, I apologize for that. But there's a total of 4. And that one we're going to have to use our hands to put it in there. It's kind of tricky because it's right against the wall. And then we're going to use a screw just to put it in there. There we go. And the 4th one goes right in the bottom center. You don't have to tie it down too hard, just as long as it just, when it stops turning, you can quit. You don't have to tie it too hard. You don't want to tie it too hard, you can crack the board. Now the cable that I was showing you, you're going to go ahead and plug that one in to that connector right there, right in the center. And the other one goes to the second. Let me go ahead and show you. There you go. To that line right there, as you can see. There's 2 connectors. I always put it on the right. I'm not exactly sure if the left will work. You can try it if you want, but we always put it on the right side. Now we're going to grab the speaker, which is this little speaker here. It's not a big deal if your fax board does not have a speaker. You're just not going to hear the dial tone every now and then. But some people like the speaker, so it's real easy to install. You first plug that in. And you just... Alright, so went ahead and put that in there, and we're just going to slide it, and it snaps right there in place. I know our hands are getting in the way, but I'll show you when it's done. So when it's done, it's going to be right there. You're going to see some holes on the frame here. Just line them up with the plastic. It's almost self-explanatory, and you hold it there. So that's pretty much it. You're done with the installation. You just now have to reverse the process as far as pulling the cover. You have to put this cover back on. I'll go ahead and show you real quick. Put it into you start with the right and then push it to the left. Put your screw there. And then you're going to go ahead and put your cover. You want to start with the cover down. You'll see there's a couple clips. There's 3 clips here, as you can see. Those have to go on the inside, just like that one right there. If they're sticking outside, then you have to take it out and do it again, okay? So then the rest, you just put the screws back in there. Make sure you put your connector back in there like that. And if you have a finisher, there's another cable there. You pop that in there as well. And don't forget, if you got a large capacity tray, you want to go ahead and connect that back, or else your tray's not going to work, okay? So any questions, go ahead and send us a comment. Thanks for watching.